Okay, welcome, Tiana, to Shoot the Shit. This is my new podcast. I'm really excited to have you on. So the whole premise of Shoot the Shit is basically just to, introduce the world to my creative friends. I feel like the way that I come up with jokes, the way that I present myself to the world is just like a mixture of all the people that I surround myself with. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really excited to have you here today because you're just one of the most creative people I've met. You're just a really good friend. And we're going to be able to just chop it up about whatever. We're going to share a little bit about you. And just really this series is just to kind of show people that like a podcast doesn't have to be about one specific thing. Mm-hmm. It can really be about, your circle, the people that inspire you. So I'm excited to just like intro you to the world and shoot the shit with you today. So I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I guess I'll just start there and just kind of give an intro about you. So Tiana, you are just the most incredible woman. You're a mom, you're a model, an actress, filmmaker, now getting into film. Really excited that you're here. I know you can talk a little bit about all the stuff that you've been doing, especially on the modeling side, but obviously as a mom. So, can you just like tell us a little bit about who you are? And then obviously I want to tell people how we met because I think it's really funny, really cool. So, yeah.
Okay, good morning, guys. My name is Tiana. As Alex already said, I am a model. I am a mom of two. I'm an actress. I'm now into photography. I'm doing short film work now. I have a short film coming out at the end of August that I'm submitting to a film festival. So
it's awesome.
I'm doing a lot of big things right now. So yeah.
How's that going? Are you excited?
Right now I'm super excited about everything. Super nervous about everything, but I'm just trying to balance it all right now. It's very weird because I still have to like I work overnight, so it's not 9 to 5. So yeah. I could come from New York doing something major, and then the next thing you know, I'm clocking in at the psych hospital. And then I'm clocking out and I'm at home wiping noses and helping with homework and all these things. So it's like my world is just never ending.
Yeah, I know. It's been crazy. How is it like balancing with kids and going to New York all the time? I feel like, because when we try to meet up, because like as a comic, like I'm booked and busy, you're booked and busy. It's like, how is it going? It's crazy.
It's exciting. The one thing that I love about it is that I'm not letting motherhood stop me from being me. Like I'm me outside of all of the hats that I wear. I still make time to like show up for myself. And I think that's important because I'm teaching my kids how to show up for themselves. And I'm primarily being an example of following your dreams. And I'm pushing myself so hard because I want them to do the same with whatever it is that they want to do in life. So just giving them an example of how it looks to realistically be in the world and balance real life and still go for your dreams at the same time.
You're superwoman. Yeah. To that. You're superwoman to me. I don't know.
On the outside, the inside. On the inside, really, to be honest, it's a lot of God. It's a lot of prayer. It's a lot of questioning myself. But the one thing that I have grown to love about myself is I'm doing shit anyway. Like to the outside world, maybe to Instagram, it may look like, oh my gosh, she's doing all these things. I'm fucking terrified and I'm tired half the damn time. Yeah. But I'm doing it anyway because like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to live with regrets. I don't want to be old and be like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda when I have the time now. So God has blessed me with like amazing friends, an amazing support system, an amazing village to help me with the kids. So it's like, I'm able to get it all done, but it's really by the grace of God.
I love that. Yeah. I also love that you said I'm tired.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so tired.
Yeah, but it's like when I'm doing what I love, I don't feel it until it's like time to lay down. And I'm like, you haven't slept in like 24 hours, dog. Like, how long are you gonna keep doing this? But when you're doing what you love, you low key don't. None of that really matters. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's like comedy. It's like the grind of comedy too. Yep. I feel like it's very similar. Yep. It's different art forms, like especially with modeling too. Like, which is funny. I feel like that's actually a good segue into like the grind because when we met, we were both like, oh, let's try. Well, it was kind of funnier for me. Yeah. Because I'm a comic, so I'm not out here trying to model. But I was like, I could try it.
First of all, when we met each other, I was having a conversation with somebody else. And Alex's energy and aura is just like undeniable. So I'm like, who is this little short thing? Like her personality was so big. She didn't have no fear in her heart. And she's just like, you're hot. and you're hot. The person that I was talking to, and she's like, y'all two should date. And we're just like, okay. Like, it was just so random and so funny. But tell them why you were.
Well, okay. So I feel like it was one of those things where you see two hot people and you're just like, wow, it could never be that. Like, it's just like, wow, you guys would be so good together.
Yeah.
It should happen, you know? But
Yeah.
I, like, for me, I just went to that modeling event because I thought maybe I could do, my thing is, I feel like I can do anything.
Yeah,
like,
same.
you asked me about this podcast. You were like, how did this come to life? And it's like, I literally woke up one day and was like, I want to do this,
so
you
we're
know?
doing it,
And so we're doing it. And so I feel like one day I woke up and was like, yeah, I'm just going to go to this like modeling event and just try.
You did.
But I did. But the funny thing is, you're already signed. You already are doing your thing. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
But literally everything happens for a reason, because I didn't even get to, neither one of us, I believe, we didn't even get to audition that day. So I feel like God brought us to that moment specifically, like, so we can meet each other. So I'm like super grateful for that.
That was a really great moment. Yeah. And I looking back on that, I feel like it was definitely a moment of both like a creative linking. Because then once we met after that, I feel like
I knew you like forever. Already.
Forever. I know. Because there was always this like creative inspiration, which is actually, okay, so I'm curious because you do all these things, right? Like, you know, acting, modeling, filmmaking, like, what types of inspiration, what kind of keeps you going, or who are like people maybe in the industry, things that because I know we talk about this stuff a lot, but is there anything that kind of comes up lately?
I feel like inspiration for me is pulled through so many different places. It could be reminiscing on my grandma. It could be my kids. It could be something I see in the world. Like sometimes when I'm out in the world, because I still take the train and public transportation and all of that. So sometimes I run into people who like are single moms, and I'm seeing them overworked and overbeared with like the responsibility of their kids, and they might be yelling at their kids. And I'm like, damn, like I'm not in that space, but like I understand the pressure. So then that'll inspire me. I have a prayer box, so anytime I come up against something that because I have this superhero complex where it's like I want to save everybody, and when I see something that's not right in the world, I'm like, do something about it. But then I realize, like, you know, you could get shot. What's different? You can't be like
it's
jumping
over.
in the shit. Like I was the kid in high school that was like, hey, don't bully him. I'm gonna bully you because now you bullying him, and it's like you can't do that in this world. So I felt really bad after one experience, and I was like, God, what am I supposed to do with this energy? I just feel like I'm always supposed to do something. So he was like, create a prayer box. So now every time I see something that's like just gives my heart some disdain, like I just put it in my prayer box. So
I want to do that.
Yeah, that inspires me. It helps me not feel, because I be feeling guilty when I see something fucked up in the world and I know I can't do anything about it. Like that makes me, I start internalizing it. So the prayer box really helps me to like release it and give it to God. So that's one thing that inspires me. Far as like media wise, I really love music. I'm a real big hip hop fan. I'm a real R&B fan. So like music is just like this whole different dimension that makes you feel all the things. Sometimes it speaks for you. Sometimes it just helps you get through the moment. A big inspiration of mine is Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
I feel like he made the blueprint for like anybody that's just trying to come from nothing to something. And it don't necessarily have to be like rap music like his was, but like I said, it's the blueprint of just going the grind of every day, like not giving up on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It's the hustle.
Yeah,
really, it's the hustle, because it's like you can have motivation, but the discipline to stay on the grind is like that is key.
Yeah, and people don't tell you like how deep that road like can get. So just having things that remind me like just keep going, like keep doing it, regardless of like what happens. Keep doing it, and it just happens. I'm trying to speak more affirmation so life works out for me in that way.
I love that. Yeah. Do you have any shows coming up?
I do. I have New York Swim Week, and I have
That's
so
huge.
far I've been booked for one show for New York Fashion Week. But as we get closer, there'll be more like auditions and more stuff to book. So right now, like I've been back and forth in New York, just preparing for that. So yeah, New York Swim Week and New York Fashion Week coming up.
That's crazy. That's exciting though. Can you tell us like a little bit about that world? Like can you tell us a little bit how you got into it? What's your thoughts on it?
Well,
where do you see yourself going with that?
My final goal is literally changing every day. So I started when I was about 16, so almost 13 years into it now. This is what I tell people when they ask me. So I've been modeling for 13 years. 8 years has been when I felt like, okay, you've been doing this for a long time. Like, where are we going with this? And 5 years has been like extremely intentional, where I'm like, hey, you've been doing this for a long time. And like, what, you know, this is what you do. You know what I mean? Like, when you do something subconsciously, it doesn't cross your mind until maybe you hit a certain milestone and you're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So I realized that I loved it. I wanted to go somewhere with it. But as far as New York, I've done New York maybe about like 3 times now. And I'm not really sure. I used to say that I wanted to take it to Europe. But it's ever changing every day. Like, now I just kind of want to be in spaces where other little Black girls can recognize themselves. So at first it was being in Paris and Milan Fashion Week. And now it's just kind of like hitting those goalposts that girls like me they aspire to be. That's the goal for me right now.
Yeah, and I love your vision too and your goal, because every time we talk, it's so much deeper than, you know, the art is so much deeper and meaningful to you and like inspiring. Yeah. You know, because a lot of times I think people look on the outside, look in, and they think, oh, it's just, you know, a beautiful person. But I will say it is funny because work. I know, but when we go out sometimes at the bar, it's so crazy because I feel like every single person just will like pull you aside and be like, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I literally just started getting used to that. Like, not that I think I'm ugly, but it was like, I used to get really offended because I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? And so my mom pulled me to the side and she was like, hey, to them, you look exotic. Like, you're taller than them. You have a presence when you walk in a room. Like, stop being offended. And, you know, once she gave me that perspective, it kind of changed to where like they're looking at you as a supermodel. You're looking at everything else as regular life. This is your normal life. Yeah. But to them, they see something like, you know, exciting and different. And once I started to realize that, I'm like, oh, well, I know what you're looking at now. You know, I am beautiful. You're right. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I'm hot shit.
Yeah. It really helps me like to like own my stuff. You know what I mean? And not feel like insecure or ashamed of like, you know, how God made me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. No, I love that. And like, so I'm kind of curious. Okay, so part of shooting the shit, right? Because we're kind of talking, we get inspired. But oftentimes when we're together, I feel like the majority of our friendship is laughter. Yes. You know, and I think that's cool. Like, you know, you're a Capricorn. I'm a Sagittarius. Yes. You know, I know people are probably going to be like, ooh, astrology or whatever, but I don't give a fuck. But I think it's funny because both of us are very motivated people. I think naturally you wouldn't think like, oh, we would vibe like sign wise, but you just love laughter. Like, you've been to a couple shows.
And you're so funny without even knowing that you're funny. Like, when you being serious, sometimes it's some of the most funniest, you say the most funniest things when you're being like dead ass serious. And that I connect with. And we're like you said, we're driven. So like, we're very goal oriented. And I feel like we push each other. Like, that time we were at the bar and I was like, you need an assistant. He was like, yeah, I do kind of need an assistant. And I'm like, well, let's get one. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And I just feel like it helps.
You need that though. You need that. Like,
because that's one of the things in the industry, especially being a Black girl, is that like, you kind of ostracized in some areas. It's getting a little bit better now, but like, even down to New York Fashion Week and a lot of fashion shows, like, they don't know how to do our hair. They don't really know how to communicate with us sometimes. So it's really comforting to like be in spaces where people get you and they don't necessarily look like you. I don't have to over explain myself to you, or you just get it. You know what I mean? And it's not like this huge gap in our understanding.
Yeah, I love that too. How do you feel like in those moments, like when people don't communicate with you or they don't see you, like what's like a way do you feel like you've been able to kind of not overcome it, but kind of like
I just let people be stupid now. Like, you know,
I let people are crazy.
Yeah, I let people be ignorant because we all come from different walks of life. So some shit is just like, you're just not going to get, like, especially if you're not Black, you're just never going to understand what the Black experience is like, because you're not Black. And I'm not going to be that Black person to try to hold it against you or expect you to understand something I know you're never going to get. So I'm not down to educate, you know, any other race. Like, if we click, we click. Like, I have so many friends that's like not Black, you know what I mean? All different types of flavors. And we just click. I just feel like real nigga don't have no skin color. You know what I mean? So if you get me, you get me. If you don't, you don't.
That's a bar.
Yeah. So I used to feel like the code switching thing. I used to feel like a little bit, I had to be a little bit different. So they would just have a better understanding, or I wasn't like the loud black girl or the like the angry black girl, whatever the hell they say, the angry black girl. But now I'm like, I mean, some days I'm angry and some days I might pray for you. You never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So I just stopped the over explaining and just kind of like learn to walk in whatever's going on that day, because it's all me.
And I think that's important. The code switching is like such a big topic, I feel like, for comics too, because there's both sides. I feel like you're trying to read the room and read the crowd. That's what I was gonna say. Like you know, for y'all, don't y'all have to kind of like, is it based off the crowd, because everybody's not doesn't have the same funny? It's so weird because like I feel like sometimes you can also tell when people code switch and they're too, I don't know, maybe it's like the definition of code switching changes, but you can definitely tell when like certain people get more excited, you know, during certain crowds, or it gets lower, and you kind of are like, you can tell they're reading the room. So it's like maybe they feel a certain way, or they
so what do you do when you feel like you're not connecting with a crowd? Like, so for me, if I'm in a space where I feel like they don't get me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never coming back there. I could stop right now and be like, you know, I'm out. You know what I mean? Y'all can't do that when y'all on stage. So,
no,
so
we can't just be like, okay, bye, see you.
Like,
show's
not
over.
Working out. Like, you can't just dump the crowd like right there. So like, what do y'all do when like you like
yeah, you know, it's crazy.
Vibe.
I just was talking to a headliner about this last night, and I asked him, because he's a really good storyteller, and so, you know, if he's telling a story and then like it doesn't connect with the audience, like, you know, maybe because they're feeling a weird vibe, like I asked him like, how do you switch it up quickly? And he was like, you just kind of move to a joke that you know really kills and really works, and you have to kind of trust your material. But that's why it's so important to really like work on your craft, work on your art, because then you know like, okay, I can trust that this joke will carry me. And sometimes like I feel like audiences, they really, and maybe you feel this way too, like with people you work with that are styling you, that have like a vision, it's like they will oftentimes, crowds want something specific. Sometimes they want you to just be like, you're stupid, and like do crowd work. And then other times crowds are just really smart and they want jokes. Like we had a show last night, and I felt like the crowd, they were cool, but like they would laugh and then they would just be silent. Like, okay, next joke. And you know, and so
that's so awkward. Does it not like, hit your pride? Does it make you feel insecure? Like, I feel like I would be like, oh,
you never know. Sometimes in that moment, I was like, I had to question, like, am I bombing right now? Is this not going well? Because like these jokes normally hit, but they're not hitting. So it's like, what's going on? And so I think like they were hitting, but not as hard, you know? So it is kind of a weird like feeling to be on stage and be like, okay, I think I'm connecting, but like not as much as I'm used to connecting with them, you know? So you do kind of have to like, it's like an ocean, you know, you gotta like kind of
like low key, that's a good thing though, because it leaves space for you to be challenged. It leaves space for you to come up with like
that's true
new material and like a different way of like connecting with the audience. That's why I said the first show you invited us to, I thought it was like all fucking shits and giggles. And then I'm like, oh, this is hard. Like I could feel the energy from the crowd. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do something like this where everybody's just like, make me laugh. And I'm like, but you killed it in my personal opinion. That's when I realized like I had way more respect for you as a person and for your profession, because I was like, yeah, this is way harder than I thought it would be, just making people laugh.
But I feel like when you say stuff like that, it inspires me too to keep going.
Yeah.
Because when you post like what shows you're doing, like I feel really inspired to be like, oh, I got to keep grinding. I have to keep doing more shows, you know, because I feel like you don't gain inspiration. Like the things you see online, like quotes or people like artists and stuff, it's cool, it's inspiring, but they feel so kind of like far away. You know, when it's your friends and it's people that are close to you and you hear them say that, you're like, oh wow, I gotta keep going. I feel motivated, you know? Like, do you feel that way too? Do you feel like there's certain people?
I feel like I don't really know how to have friends that don't motivate me. Like, I'm the type of person that's be like, what are we doing? Like, I don't want to sit on the phone all day about nothing unless you're like having some type of emotional thing and you just like, hey, I need you to be here for me. Other than that, I'm like, what are we doing? How are we getting out of this? Like, what's the issue? Like, how can I help? What, you know, how are we problem solving this thing? So I really like to be around people that motivate me, because it helped me stay in my bag and it helped me just keep going. And when I lose like what I'm doing or out of touch, it helps me stay grounded.
I love that too. And like, it's important the balance, like to stay grounded and be motivated, but also have fun with those people too. Like we've had a lot of fun times too.
That's how I feel like a genuine friendship is. Like we have to be able to inspire each other, but we also have to be able to be human. Like we got to have shit to talk about. You know what I mean? Like it can't just be like, well, I'm Capricorn, so I'm like serious like 90% of the time. But when we do get the other 10%, like I need that too, because it reminds me like, girl, everything is not like do or die. Like you can be human. You can call out of work today. Like nobody's gonna shoot you.
I'm like, just have fun. It's cool. And then you're like, get your assistant.
We're drinking at the bar and I'm like, what are you doing to better your career?
Better your life. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm going on a trip.
Yeah.
See you later, you know? So, okay. I'm like, all right, we're going to switch it to like hot takes.
Okay.
Because I love your vibe. I love your energy. Okay. I love how we always laugh. So like, is there something, the world is crazy right now. There's so much stuff going on. Do you feel like there's a hot take, like something you've been feeling? For me, I feel like it's like hot takes. I feel like every day is a hot take for a comedian.
Seriously.
You know?
It's a lot of stuff going on right now, but I feel like because we're in DC, like my biggest thing right now is politics. I'm not really in it, but I feel like shit is getting so serious. Like the other day, like I heard a noise and I was like, are we about to get like... it made me realize like I'm not prepared for any of this shit. Like if we get bombed, like I'm fucked because I don't have no plan B for nothing. So like living with that anxiety, I'm wondering if everybody is living that way right now. No. Like are people, first of all, people are just mad fucking rude in the city anyway. But like I feel like with all this pressure, like nobody's pleasant, nobody's kind. You know what I mean? And I feel like as lavish as I like to think my life is, like I'm still in every day. When I go to the grocery store, I used to have fun going to the grocery store. I hate that shit now. Like why is everything so damn expensive? So I don't know. I feel like I'm just being reminded that like shit is fucked up right now. So I'm trying to find like my own personal peace, my own personal happiness, hanging around you, like doing fun shit with my kids, like not taking life so seriously because literally this shit could go left like any minute.
Immediately.
So, and I'm I literally had to be honest. Like seriously, what the hell would I do? Like if we went to war right now, I have absolutely no clue.
It would
I don't
be
have
horrible.
life insurance. All I got is a 401k. I don't know how fucking far
Not the life
that
insurance.
401k is gonna get me. So it's just like, hey, I'm gonna live it out as to the fullest as much as I can because who the fuck knows what's gonna happen. So my hot take right now is just live your fucking life. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? Don't let social media rule you because half the people up there are fucking stupid as hell. And they just sitting behind their phones every day with all these fucking opinions. That's what I don't like. Are you on Twitter?
No, I'm
on Twitter.
I'm not. I'm done with Twitter.
I'm on Twitter and it used to be so fun and so funny. But now it's just full of people who just can say whatever the fuck they want. And it's so mean, so rude, so nasty. And I don't fuck with it. Like, I don't fuck with it.
Did you ever have MySpace?
I did have MySpace.
Can you, okay, is that not the craziest thing?
Oh, you know what song
MySpace?
I don't know if you know the song, but it's a song by Soulja Boy.
Crank That? Or
no, not
Crank
That. I can't think. It's called Delirious. I can't think of how it goes right now, but yeah, I had the stars and shit coming from my page, my top 8 and shit. My mom was blocked and shit because I wasn't supposed to have it.
It's so crazy though, because we're like, yeah, Twitter's so mean, but then I also felt so mean because MySpace was like your top friends, and then you would like move your friends based on like who was cool or whatever, who didn't say like some weird shit to you.
That's that Sagittarius
you know,
shit right there.
I was super passive aggressive.
Yeah.
No, that's so fun. I love that your hot take even then was just like, I loved it. But it was also just like so real and so serious.
That's how
you are. And I love that, you know? So I guess, all right. So final thing, like it's all about shooting the shit, having fun. And so like the next thing that you say, it can be funny, it can be serious, it can be whatever you want. Okay. So like, I think it's important as a, you know, someone who's very reflective as well as I am funny, you know, to think about the things in life that you want to get rid of. So shoot the shit. It's like, you know, it's like a trash shoot, right? It's like, what are some things, what's one thing that you kind of want to get rid of, that you want to kind of throw down the chute? It could be like a habit, something you're working on. It could also be like, you know, I got a friend who gives me some really not so great food recommendations. So sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I'm never going to eat what this person recommends, you know, because she be sending me something crazy.
This might be hella controversial, but I want to get rid of down low men. And I say that because I have a friend, and I hope she doesn't see this. If she does, whatever. I have a friend who loves pretty boys.
Okay, like any pretty boy.
Like that's her thing. Like pretty,
like a
like very groomed. They very groomed.
Oh,
usually
okay,
light skin, no shade, but usually light skin. Very, take care of herself very well.
No
but they're
shade.
usually like down low. So I seen something where this guy was like, it's like a video on Instagram or something like that, where this guy was basically like, he forgot that like he was into guys. Like once he started drinking, like he was into women that night. He went home with a girl, kissed her in a club, like did this whole thing, slept with her and everything. And the next morning it was kind of like, ew. Like, what did I just do? But that happens so often. And I say that because I just want people to be honest. If you bisexual, be that. If you gay, be that. You know what I'm saying? But like, not giving people the full story, like
who you are.
Yeah, who you are. And I know like it's hard to sometimes identify what you are and what you're doing. But if you know who you are, just don't be a bitch about it. Like say what you are. You know what I mean?
Say
like
it with your chest.
Say what you are.
Just be who you are.
That's what I would get rid of. Like either say it or don't say it. You know what I mean? Like stop fucking wasting people's time because my friends are getting hurt out here. So.
No, it's true. I'm ready to just trash all men at this point. I don't know. Have you heard the? I know. I need my times. You know what I mean? In bed.
My only thing about that is I agree with you to a certain extent because I have a son. So it's
yes,
these niggas ain't shit, but also like let's take it a step deeper because I'm raising one. So it's like, if I didn't have a son, I would be like, yeah, fuck niggas, get money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm raising one. So how do I help him not become a fuckboy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the rules and the regulations of like what he should be doing or shouldn't be doing? I don't want to be I don't want him to be a mama's boy, but I'm not a man either. So it's like, I don't really know like how to do this thing. So I would say that because a lot of these niggas ain't shit, but it's like, I'm raising one, so how do I make sure he's not shit? So it's like, I'm very interested in like learning more about the struggles of Black men because I'm raising one. So it's like real. I can't write them off because I've had bad experiences, with my father and with men because I'm raising one. So it's like, okay, somebody give me the answers, and I honestly don't think they have enough answers. So.
No, and there's never going to be like a class like how to not be a fuckboy 101.
The class that they need to have is as a Black woman, how do we help? How do we better? How do we not? Because I hear this all the time about like Black women tearing down Black men. And it's like, I don't really want to do that, but y'all ain't shit. So it's like, y'all don't give me much
but what are you doing
room.
out
like,
here?
Y'all don't give me much wiggle room out here. So it's like, help me help you, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be bad.
I think you're going to teach the class.
I would love to. If somebody would teach me, I would for sure teach a class on just how we show up for y'all better, how we uplift y'all. Because, when he started facing life challenges, I'm not really sure what to tell him. I could tell him like what not to do, but what do I tell him to do at the same time? So that's another thing I'm navigating right now.
So is there anything, just as like a sign off, is there anything you want to promote? Anything? I know you got like the film you're submitting to the festival. Is there anything else you want to promote? I know you got your shows coming up. If anyone's in New York, can they get tickets to like any of the fashion shows? Anything
that I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Lips of a Feminist with an extra T at the end. And I just want to always leave people with this quote. No one is you and that's your power. So be you.
I love
that. And that's it.
I love you. Love you, T.
I love you too. This is exciting.
Okay.